on Super Bowl Sunday.
Let's go!
And we have... Welcome to JD Knows NIL.
I like it. Came up with that.
Starring JD Deckard, Coach, KJ, and Solo Dolo.
Woo!
Please hold it down. I'm not finished. Executive producer Trent Denson.
Hot take Trent.
Special guest,
The two-letter names.
former Titans Punter. That means you kick the ball, right? Okay. Austin Barnard. And here's the host, JD. I'll take over from... Oh, no,
This
sorry.
point.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
It was in parentheses. All right, thanks everybody for joining. Make some noise.
Make some
Thank
noise
you,
for
Scottish
Scottish
Bill.
Bill. Scottish Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, let's get the show intro out of the way right quick. First up to my left, camera side right, this is KJ, the sole intellectual on this side of the camera typically. Yeah, show producer, content provider, Solo. Good job, man.
Show producer, content
It's like
provider.
content provider.
And the man that hashtag reps the spread, Trent Denson, producer.
Woo!
And former Titans punter, Austin Barnard. Austin, you regretting this yet or no? You good?
Not yet. Give it a little bit of time.
Yeah, let's
See what
do
happens.
this.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's get into what everybody's here for, but we'll chat about the Super Bowl in a moment. But first, let's give a big thanks to Party Fowl. Party Fowl lets us sit here and talk sports and agree to this for whatever reason. They have wall-to-wall TVs, Nashville's best hot chicken, voted the best brunch in Tennessee, and their Bloody Mary mix is always on sale. Party Fowl in the borough. Give it up for Party Fowl for letting us be our LFC squad and JD Knows NIL live today. Thank you, Party Fowl.
Party foul!
Talking about. Now, you know what?
Is that a live studio audience or do we just like record voices?
No. It sounds good.
It's live? I mean, some people are not going to be watching this. I'm not sure. No, we have a live audience. Like,
They need a few more drinks, then they'll be real live.
hey, as
And a
Sol-
panel of the audience too.
as
Yeah, I
Soldier
think so.
Boy would say, we made it.
Let's get to the news, Trent. What do you think? We should do this. It's there's a big
So now
game
it's time
today.
for JD Does the News. This is going to be the biggest load of bollocks ever.
Hurtful. So there's a big game today, 5:30. The team from Los Angeles and formerly St. Louis, and then before that, LA. Is that right? Yeah, they moved a bunch.
They went back and forth. They were undecided.
So the Rams versus the Bengals at SoFi Stadium in LA, 5:30 kickoff. Rams favored by 4. Initial thoughts off the top of your head, KJ. What are you thinking so far? Excited?
I'm so excited for this game.
KJ, all about Pooh Shiesty.
Yes. I'm so excited for this game. I want the Rams. Well, I want the Bengals to win, but I think the Rams are going to win.
Don't give it away yet.
I know, but I'm saying that's kind of my pick right now.
How are you going to go against them? You've been riding with Joe Burrow
I know.
all playoffs, and now you're going to go against them?
I'm not going to against him. I still want him to win.
Traitor.
I'm still there with him.
Do you want his autograph?
Yeah.
Trent does not like
Hold
this.
on. Joe Burrows or Solo Dolos? Which one?
Joe Burrow.
Oh.
I'm sitting right here.
Love you, though.
It's ridiculous. All right, so the kids
Appreciate
from
it, bro.
Cincinnati had a hell of a run to get to where they are. The Rams, could they be the second team in a row to win at their home stadium in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And who will have a bigger game, Burrow or Stafford? What do you think, Austin? Early on thoughts as far as the not chemistry, but the excitement, the overall build to the game. How do you think it's going to start off?
I'll be honest with you. I'm excited to see Jalen Ramsey and Jamar Chase. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Jalen to start a fight, to be honest with you.
I'm okay with this.
But as far as quarterbacks go, I think it's kind of a no-brainer that Stafford's going to have a bigger game.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
I have to. And I only say that for one reason. Joe Burrow is going to get sacked too many times to have a quality game.
Well,
Stafford's gonna have
hold
the
on.
line to do it.
Your former team sacked them 9 times.
Exactly.
Do you think the Rams are going to sack him more?
I doubt that, but I would say at least five or more.
I'll take that.
Or Stafford's got to be protected.
I think so.
Solo, would you take the Rams D-line or the Titans D-line? That might answer your question.
Titans all the way.
Aaron Donald?
So here's the thing, like my fans have been hitting me up on the socials talking about you're a Titans hater. I'm gonna say I'm gonna pick the Rams D-line. They got the bigger names.
Yeah.
But I'm going Bengals all the way, baby. Bengals all the way. And we'll get into it on the lines, but I am riding with the Bengals.
All right, let's discuss the road to the Super Bowl for both teams. The Rams beat the Cardinals 34-11. This is all my fault for mentioning the Cardinals in about week 12. I was like, why is no one talking about them? And now we know why. Tom Brady officially turned old, and the Bucs lost 30-27 to the Rams. And then they beat the Niners. They got Garoppolo'd 20-17. It was bound to happen.
It's a verb.
Yes. So the regular season NFC West champs, the Rams, finished at 12-5. Were there any surprises to any of y'all up to them winning? Like, say, did you think that they would say, I don't know, maybe lose to the Bucs? Or
I'm shocked that Vic Garoppolo, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's a very good. So yeah, and so the Bengals, they beat the Raiders 26-19, and then they
beat the Titans.
The Titans. That's what it was. 19-16, and the Chiefs 27. They had a lot of exciting games though.
Yeah.
10-7 AFC North champs make it to the Super Bowl. Most surprising team out of the AFC to make it, other than say like a 8 seed, 7, whatever they have now on the low end. After their wild card all the way through. Well, they were, yeah. So any thoughts on the Bengals as far as how they made it, or if they even should be here?
Bengals had a harder schedule to get into the playoffs. to get to the Super Bowl.
I would say the Bengals are the definition of grit.
Yes.
The teams
I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
The teams that they beat.
I like that.
It was. I mean, they should never have won those games.
No.
They never should have beat the Titans. They never should have beat the Chiefs.
Nope.
But they made it happen.
But
Yes.
you can't say never, though. The team won. How's that work?
I said they never should have. Never should have.
Yeah.
So, technically speaking, the Titans kind of lost that game themselves, I'll be honest, in my opinion.
So the Chiefs also lost that game themselves, too.
Kind of.
Well, it's hard to play in Arrowhead. So when you're down that far in Arrowhead, you're not supposed to win that game. So the fact that they've come back in 3 games in a row in the playoffs when they were down by quite a bit is impressive.
And they've won in different fashion in each match.
Yes.
There you go. That's the soccer in me.
The most underrated storyline going into the Super Bowl is the Bengals defense. They held the Chiefs to 3 points in the second half.
That's crazy.
So let's get into
And personally, I think the Chiefs' offense is way more explosive than the Rams' offense. Now,
When they're
I'm known to take
Yeah.
I'm known to take a little wild takes here and there, but you can hold I think Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Stafford. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Skill position wise, I feel like Chiefs have better players than the Rams. Yes or no?
close.
I would
But
disagree
yes.
with that.
Really?
I think it's pretty even
I mean,
on the offensive weapons.
I just feel like LA has been consistent, right? The Chiefs have been kind of spotty this year. When they're not on like 100%, they're going to lose that game.
I agree with you there.
Yeah. I think the Rams, once they got all their pieces
What
together,
you want?
it was
You
a lot
want,
easier.
you want his
than the
autograph
beginning-
or mine?
Beginning of the
Make
year.
up your mind. Make up your mind. Oh, you already got mine? NFT it.
Thank God that was on the other side of the camera. All right, speaking of the Bengals defense, let's get into the comparisons.
I was expecting that one.
Offense versus defense. The LA offense versus the Cincinnati defense. The Rams averaging 28 points a game during the playoffs. Bengals giving up 19.7. The Rams 409.3 yards a game, 305 through the air, 94 on the ground.
We're just working.
Yeah, Cincinnati's defense giving up 395, nearly 400 a game, 243 in the air, 124 on the ground. So early thought process, who has the advantage, Rams offense or Cincy defense?
I think offensively is pretty evenly matched, honestly, because I feel like both quarterbacks have strengths in every position. I feel like they both have weapons they can go to. I feel like they get creative when they need to, and they can make plays work when it shouldn't work.
Would you say that the Rams offense is significantly better than the Bengals defense?
No.
Based on percentages,
Significantly, no. It's a Super Bowl.
third down percentage for the Rams offense, 50% in the playoffs. Cincinnati giving up almost 40% on third down.
The pressure is on the Rams offense. They're not the home team, but technically they are the home team. Like, they are playing at their home stadium. So that offense has to produce. Cincy's defense has been underrated. So they're just going to go out there and do what they have to do.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do.
Their defense has kept them in the playoffs, I believe. Here's how we got off topic.
See,
by the way, on our
kept them.
podcast.
See, those words kept them in the playoffs. This team has won 3 games and gone to the Super Bowl. They have shown that they deserve to be there.
They definitely do deserve to be there.
They've earned it for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so their defense can step up. Their offense can play. Yes, their quarterback will be sacked, but
A lot.
this is going to be a good Super Bowl.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a great Super
Well,
Bowl.
and the fact that Joe Burrow's been sacked 9 times in one game and they still won when they were down. I mean, I understand a sack coming from Aaron Donald is a little different,
Is that the local
but
team?
I think that he
Harold
will still.
Landry sack's pretty good too.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah. So him getting sacked is going to be a thing. He knows it's coming. He knows how to overcome it. So him getting sacked is not a big factor to me personally.
Also, if you want to talk
Because he's
about Rams offense, I saw this on the Twitter.
Twitter.
And everything on the internet is true.
Odell Beckham does not want to miss his child's birth. So if that kid ends up getting birthed in the third quarter, he might not be on the field.
He's not leaving the Super Bowl after he has.
That's what the Twitter is saying.
he
The
needs a ring.
Twitterverse is saying that.
He needs a ring.
And I can, you know me, I'm a fact checker, so I can pull it up.
I think he would almost value the ring more than he would his child at this point in his career.
Well, he's a shitty dad. Where's
Where's
the pumpkin
the jar? Where's the jar?
All right, so assuming he doesn't have a baby, Stafford, 72 of 100, 902 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. He has been sacked 5 times in the playoffs, 115.6 rating. Beckham has gotten 236 yards of his catches. More importantly, Cooper Kupp, 25 receptions, 386 yards, 4 touchdowns,
He's a bad man.
Yeah.
and a fantasy
And
player's
MVP.
dream.
There's a word I want to use, but
Yeah, you already used
I'm
one.
not going to use it. No, I'm not going to use it. But
So
he's a bad YB boy.
It's a bad man pajama.
They need to put respect on that.
however,
He's not. Hold on. Let's talk about Cooper Kupp.
go ahead, I'm in on this.
Like, if you look at your DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, they're big wide receivers. Cooper Kupp is not that big.
No.
He went to a small school. The dude can play, bro. Like, he deserved Offensive Player of the Year.
His route running's impeccable. That's the biggest thing.
He knows how to run routes. He knows how to get open, and he's tough. Like, he's a tough SOB.
Is this like a one season type deal?
No,
Or-
he's no.
He's been building up to
No.
this.
No, Cooper Kupp is real.
Yeah.
He is their number one option. Odell Beckham, as good as he is, he ain't number one. It's all Cooper Kupp, bro.
So who covers him on Cincinnati's defense? Is it a linebacker up close, or how do they?
Wow, you said linebacker. You think they're gonna put a linebacker on him?
I'm saying that they're dropping.
Why would you put a linebacker on the Offensive Player of the Year?
Because they're going to throw him short every time. So you're not going to bring. You have to bring
Oh,
someone.
you don't think he goes deep? He won you fantasy last. He won you fantasy.
By
Did you not
hitting
realize
like
that?
8,000 catches for
The dude
for $2
can
million.
he can
That's
ball.
Awesome.
This is how we get off track. See?
They're going to double coverage him. They're going to play a corner up tight, play a safety over top, and not let him catch the ball all night. But he's still going to make plays.
Not trying to throw a little Florida love in here, but
Yes, you are.
Van Jefferson, he will be open because I think I agree with you. They'll double Kupp.
Yeah.
I think they'll have man-to-man for Odell, but Van Jefferson with his speed, he'll be wide open.
I agree with that.
All right, fine. So their rushing attack, though, not as solid. They had 283 yards, only 2.9 per carry,
Tell me what's new.
and only 2 rushing touchdowns for the Rams in the playoffs, both of them by their quarterback, Mr. Stafford from Georgia.
Stafford has a lot of pressure on him, by the way.
The Cincinnati defense, however, 8 sacks with Sam Hubbard getting 3, Hendrickson 2.5. They had 10 tackles for loss. Hubbard had 3 of those. 6 interceptions in the playoffs. 6 players, 1 each. Too many to write down. Didn't feel like writing it.
But you know what that shows you, though, right? That means their defenses are a bunch of ball hawks. You ain't got to focus on one player trying to get interception. That means anybody on that D can go get the ball when they need to. I feel like the way you're looking at me, like I'm killing it with my.
It is not.
I like it. Your analysis is pretty spot on for the most part. I mean,
All right, so
you've had a couple bad ones. I'm gonna let that go.
Everybody has questions.
so we're not making picks. This is just a simple answer. Pick one. Who do you favor more? Rams offense, Bengals defense. Austin, you can go first. It's as simple as
I'm gonna go Rams offense.
KJ.
Rams offense.
So low. You've been
Why not? Cincy defense for Harambe. For Harambe.
I will also go with the Rams offense.
Trent, that's Trent. Trent might rival me on this one.
I don't think he will, but we'll try.
What you got, Trent? What you got?
I'm gonna go Rams.
Never mind. No, Trent didn't want to answer. No, he said he's going to shut up.
Let's switch to the other side of the ball. Cincinnati offense, LA defense. The Bengals averaging 24 points a game. The Rams defense giving up 18.3. Cincinnati yards per game right at 396. 250 in the air, 88 on the ground. LA's defense only giving up 287. 220 in the air, 54 on the ground. So early thoughts, can Cincinnati's offense, more importantly, their offensive line, hold up against that Rams defense and that defensive line?
This is absolutely 100% the game difference. Right
To me, this
Yeah.
is the key
This
of the
is
game.
it.
That
Like,
one part.
if Cincinnati offense can beat LA's defense, they have a chance of winning this game. If they don't, it's not going to be close. I mean, that's just kind of how it plays out.
That's all I've been thinking about the entire week or 2 weeks now. It really comes down to the Cincinnati O-line and the LA D-line. And I think that's it. I think the entire game rests on that. And this is how I'm probably hinting at my pick already. Now, this is how I think the Super Bowl actually goes during this match. KJ, any thoughts?
Yeah, I was going with Bengals pass offense and then the Rams run defense.
Talk your shit.
So, what you got? Cincinnati offense, Rams defense. Can the offense produce enough against that defense to win the Super Bowl?
Yes, 100% they can. They've shown it. They have shown.
What did they show? They averaged what?
So I am not a Titans fan, but they've shown that their quarterback can get sacked 9 times. They can still win the game. They've shown that they can go to the AFC best team, whatever, and still win.
They're also playing Tannehill in the playoffs.
The problem, in this Super Bowl, what's going to happen is I think that first quarter is going to be dead.
Most of them are.
Second quarter, the Rams are going to start putting up points, and everybody's going to freak out. Cincinnati's a second half team. Hey, Joe Shiesty. Hey, Joe Breezy. I'm all. And you know, KJ was talking about him the last couple podcasts.
Y'all
She
try
knows
to
what's
slip
up, bro.
on it. Y'all try to slip on it. I keep
So,
trying
yeah,
to tell y'all.
So if you look at the names, right? You're looking at Donald, Jody's boy Von Miller, your boy Jalen Ramsey. They have studs on the defensive end. No one asked you. But I think initially the Rams D is gonna win, but at the end of the game, I'm going Cincinnati offense.
Yeah. I really hope that Cincinnati wins. That's honestly
And
my call.
Stafford is a great dude. I like him, but the way Cincinnati's been showing out these playoffs, you gotta ride with him, bro. Like you gotta ride with him.
So the Cincinnati offense, 49% third down conversion in the playoffs. The Rams defense only giving up just under 19%. So to me, that's the difference. The sluggish Cincinnati offense that you just spoke of against a dominant LA defense.
Hold on, sluggish. 48% is not sluggish.
You just said they're a second half team. Look, literally.
Yeah, but this is not first half stats you're providing me, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But if they get off to a slow
No,
start
no,
against that defense,
no. Go
and
back
they
to what
have
you're
to play
saying.
catch up.
What's catch up?
If they get down early and he has to throw the ball constantly, he's going to get sacked 20 times instead of 12.
Joe Burrow can take hits.
Yeah.
Stafford cannot. Stafford
Facts.
cannot.
Facts.
Who's
He
Stafford
doesn't
cannot
need to,
take
though.
hits.
Huh?
He doesn't need to, though. His offensive line can block.
Also facts.
Yeah, but Stafford has played well in the playoffs, but regular season he's had a couple questionable games. Like
If for some reason,
decision making hasn't been that great.
yes, if for some reason Matt Stafford got sacked 9 times, I'd be more concerned about him than I would Joe Burrow getting sacked.
And this is the biggest question going into the Super Bowl: who has more to lose? The Rams who went all in to win, or this Bengals team who shouldn't have even been where they're at. right now?
LA.
So
Bengals team that deserves to be there?
no, that's not what I said. They shouldn't have. They're still early, bro. Like he just came off an ACL injury.
He didn't even play last year.
Talk your shit.
He didn't even play
Talk
last year.
your-
He was in rehab last year,
throwing.
trying to rehab his knee from an ACL injury. So the fact that he's
That's what I'm
played,
saying.
he was a rookie the year before, was out the second year, and now he's in the Super Bowl. Like that's not.
We're back.
Let's talk about the other stat. So something on ESPN came out the other day that Joe Burrow's second year in, first round draft pick, makes it the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, first round draft pick, takes him 10 years to get the Super Bowl. I mean, you can say what you want, but he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders.
Oh, he does.
He's 10 years in, and he's trying to get a Super Bowl.
He's super invested in
Joe
this.
Burrow has 8 more years to try
Yeah.
to win one.
It's a fluke. He's there. He's like, okay.
You can't. Stafford is a good guy. He deserves it. The years in Detroit, the type of like what he does off the field. He's a great dude. I don't want to root against him, but Cincinnati, bro.
I think that is,
They some bad boys.
I think that is the one advantage Cincinnati has with Burrow is he knows that they got, I'm going to say lucky. They did earn it, but
Who got
in
lucky?
his mind,
Who got lucky?
I said they're not lucky. They earned it, Cincinnati. I'm saying in Burrow's mind, like you just said, they're a little bit ahead of schedule, and so he can play a little more loose. That's what I'm getting at.
They
That's
have
the one
nothing
advantage.
to lose.
That's the one
They
advantage
have
for
nothing
Cincinnati.
to lose.
And that's the
They can
scariest
play
opponent.
And I think the fact that the Super Bowl is in LA puts way more pressure on the Rams than it did last year for the Bucs.
Oh, the Rams have all the pressure.
Stafford will
All
be
the
way
pressure.
more uptight than Burrow. By far.
Yeah.
Stafford will be very tight early, I think, in the match. All right, so Burrow's numbers.
I was going to say, you said the Rams have all the pressure, and I agree with you from that aspect. But the one thing I would say is since he hasn't been to a Super Bowl in I don't even know how long.
No, they have. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Like, I have some friends that live in Cincinnati, and they are just ecstatic because it's like this never happened. So they have a lot of pressure as well.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Have you ever been to Cincinnati?
But they don't. You know why they don't? Because this is a new team, a new generation. They have no pressure because they.
All right, real quick, let's get
Hold
into the numbers.
I'm gonna say this last thing. Cincinnati's gonna win the AFC North for the next fucking 10 years. There's. That's it.
Jar. Yep.
I disagree.
Tip jar.
All right, so the numbers, Burrow, 75, 109, 842
Trent,
yards.
That's on you.
4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions,
I said that
12
because you
sacks, a 96.2, with the majority of his yards going to Jamar Chase, 279. T. Higgins had 209 yards, receiving no touchdowns.
Red.
But their rushing game has been more impressive than the Rams during the playoffs. 264, 3.8. Joe Mixon, 190 of those yards. So
Party Fowl magnets.
the LA defense, though, 5 sacks. Von Miller with 2. Aaron Donald, 1.5. Tackles for loss. Von Miller again, 2. I'm sorry. Von Miller again, 4. Aaron Donald, 2. 3 interceptions. 3 players with 1 each. So again, we'll go quick take. Solo. Cincinnati offense or LA defense? Who has the advantage?
I thought we already did that one.
We did the LA Cincy the other day. Cincy offense versus LA defense. Who do you give the advantage to?
Since the offense.
AJ?
Wait, what was it? What was the question?
Who do you give the advantage to? Cincinnati offense or the LA defense?
Oh, LA defense.
Austin?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go LA defense as well.
I'm all about LA defense. And one other part of it, the turnover ratio, LA is at a 0. They had 4 fumbles lost during the playoffs, and they had 4 interceptions by their defense. The thing that's carried the Bengals, +5. They only lost 2 fumbles, but they had 6 INTs and 1 fumble recovery. And I think that +5 is the reason that Cincinnati has made it to this.
Tannehill gave them those though.
Yeah,
Wait.
Tannehill.
I just want to ask the panel a quick
Say that
question.
about never mind.
Quick panel question. Who do you trust more, Matthew Stafford or Joe Burrow?
Stafford.
Run it.
Stafford.
Stafford. Oh, she said Stafford.
I don't know.
If you, oh no,
I don't know.
You've been the one riding him. Are you? No, I was gonna say that, but I cut myself
Just because
it didn't
Matthew
sound right.
Stafford in the position that he's in, he is not going to falter. So my only qualm with it is that Matt Stafford fully invested, fully in, 100% on his best day is a challenge for Joe Burrow. It just is. He
You're
is.
going to boy-
He
you're
is.
going against your boy.
No, I'm not going against him. I'm just saying it is a challenge.
I thought you were gonna be the first one to say Burrow. I'm
still saying Burrow.
No, you picked Stafford. I'm going Burrow.
You just got grounded.
All right, cool. I got grounded. Go Burrow.
All right, let's get into the other aspect of the game, special teams. You
Let's
may
do
know
it.
a thing or two.
This is my area.
It might be. All right, let's talk about that for a moment. So, big game atmosphere. You're a punter. Punters, kickers. Is like, are you nervous, tight in that type of scenario?
So yes and no, right?
Go ahead.
Like obviously you realize the weight of the game. You realize it's kind of a different stage, everything like that. But the one thing I can tell you is I actually personally know a couple of the guys who have been playing this game, and I know where their mindset's at, and it's something that doesn't really affect me. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just another game. I mean, Evan McPherson is clutch, has been clutch the entire
Go
time through the
Gators!
playoffs.
Go Gators! Evan McPherson, Gator boy! Chomp, chomp! Give me that.
So I know Evan personally, right?
Hey, Johnny, can you
He's
give
an
me
extremely confident kicker. There's not something that's going to sway him from not being confident.
Has he always been this confident, though? Like that level of borderline cockiness? Or not even borderline.
Absolutely.
The cockiness that he carries with him?
Yes, his brother's going to, I don't even know, some Division I school now, too. That whole family just, like, exudes confidence, right? Like, they go out on the field, and I mean, like you said before, that one game is like, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship. Like, he already knew before he was going out there to kick it that he was going to make it.
Hey, he a cocky SOB.
That's just you kind of need that, though.
That's what you need.
Yeah, I mean him, and then you got Johnny Hecker, and Kevin Huber are just, I mean, probably two of arguably the top 10 punters in the NFL, in my perspective. You know, they're not going to mess up. Nothing's going to be like block punt for a touchdown. You're not going to have those, in my opinion.
Are you worried too much? Do you overthink, like, say in a big game, like in that scenario, so you're punting, about placement of the ball, like the height, like they want you to corner kick right to the 5, that type of thing? Do you overthink
What's the
that
corner
type
kick?
of thing?
What's the corner kick?
Like
Corner
getting
kick is in
towards the
soccer.
5.
Corner kick is in soccer.
So
Directional.
directional.
I was
Do you
setting you
overthink
up.
it?
I was setting you up.
Like in that scenario, are you worried, like, okay, and then you like press a little too hard or you kick it short? How does it? The kicker's mind, like, did the goalposts get more and more narrow in this type of game?
No, not at all. Especially for, like, I mean, you got to think Huber and Hecker are two very well experienced punters. They've been in the league for a very, very long time. This is just another game. Evan, I mean, you could technically think that, right? Like, if he's a rookie, you don't really know what to expect. But again, I think the confidence kind of overweighs that, so he's not going to have an issue. And then Matt Gay has been in the league for, 3 years now, I think. I don't foresee any issues with him as well. I just feel like once you get to the NFL, you've kind of proven yourself. You kind of get over that fact of.
You know who got to the NFL? You did, baby. Thank you, Trent. All right, so special teams, which could play a vital role in a close-scoring game. Who do you give the advantage to, the Bengals or the Rams? We'll go with the professional first on this one. Who has the better special teams in your opinion, Bengals or Rams?
In my opinion,
So the Bengals have the better special teams.
Based
in my
on-
opinion. Based on track record, right? I mean,
hold
the
on, you're
playoffs-
going against Johnny Hecker, bro. That dude,
He's
he be
incredible.
taking fake punts. Like, I feel like they'll take one in the Super Bowl. I feel like they'll fake punt it in the Super
But
Bowl.
he's not 12 for 12 in the playoffs with not 6 for
And
6 extra
here's what I
points.
tell you: I don't
I'm
judge
not
a
talking
punter
about
based
the
on
field goal
fakes.
kicker. I'm talking about the punter, you
I'm
idiot.
saying the field goal kicker is not.
What's the field goal kicker have to do with the punter? No, how you gonna just talk and not know your difference?
I do know the difference.
What's the
I'm
difference between
saying
a kicker and a
So,
punter?
one of them has different shoes.
So
Did you wear different shoes?
I didn't. A lot of punters do though.
My OCD appreciates that you did not wear different shoes.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, a lot of punters do because your plant foot wants to have a wider base than your kicking foot. So a lot of guys do that. But I agree with you. I mean, Johnny Hecker's a better punter, but then I say McPherson's a better kicker. And to me, that's going to weigh more in the game.
Y'all should learn a lot from him. He agrees with me. Maybe if y'all agreed with me, this podcast would just go through the roof. You see that? My
All right, Solo. Better special teams.
Cincinnati.
KJ?
I'm gonna be so mad at you if you don't.
Cincinnati.
Exactly.
I'm actually going to take Cincy on this one, too.
Oh, unanimous, guys. Unanimous. The whole board.
This will play into my guess
Hey,
to the
hold on.
prediction.
What's
later.
Trent got? Let's just hear what Trent's hot take is. Okay.
I agree with you this time. All right, so the coaches, Sean McVay from the Rams, 55-26 with the Rams, 6-3 in the playoffs, 2018 NFC champions. Zach Taylor, man, what a turnaround. 16-32-1. Was it 2 games, 4 games, 10 games, right? Yeah. Their wins, 3-0 this season in the playoffs. It was 2-14 his first year, 4-11 year 2, 10-7 and in the Super Bowl. What's more remarkable, McVay's consistency or Zach Taylor's turnaround? It's NFL.
Who you asking?
Yeah.
You just looked around. You didn't.
I'll go with you.
Oh.
What's more impressive?
None
the
of them.
Bengals turnaround
None of
or
them.
McVay's
None of
turnaround?
them. None of them. None of them. I think coaching in this game does not matter.
Based on
Based off,
Everybody's face is like, what?
I disagree
I don't think
completely.
either team has a coaching advantage. No. I'm gonna explain it. I don't think either team has a coaching advantage. Okay, the Rams have been in the Super Bowl in the last 4 years, but that was a different team. So yeah, Sean McVay was the head coach, but that was a sorry Super Bowl. It was boring. What was it, 9-3? It was boring. It was boring. So I don't think coaching is it's not a factor to me in this Super Bowl.
so Austin disagreed pretty rapidly. Go ahead.
I do. I mean, I'm gonna first off show my respect to Zach Taylor. I mean, he's turned that program around like it's nothing. But at the end of the day, I mean, Sean McVay definitely has the hand up in this game, in my opinion.
Can we talk about his beard for a minute?
It's nice.
He trims it way too high. Like it's way up here. Have you ever noticed the line on his beard? It's like, dude, you have money. You can get that professionally done. You don't have to use like a dick.
He's too busy watching film, is what it is.
Right? I agree with Austin 100%. The fact Sean McVay's 36 years old and made in the Super Bowl twice. Make that make sense.
Yeah, he's quite the role.
I mean,
To me-
I can make it make sense.
And he's been the head coach both times. And his team, so whether it's on going to get players, whether it's managing your offensive and your defensive coordinator and your whatever the case is, he is managing all of that. He is overseeing all of that.
And here's what I'll add to that. So, yes, the team is different than when they were last in the Super Bowl, and I completely agree with that aspect of things. McVay is going to have tricks up his sleeve to win this game.
Yes.
Whereas Zach Taylor is going to be trying to strategically, get out of the
Outdo him.
game like every other game.
Yes.
Guys, where'd Zach Taylor come from?
Don't say Florida.
Let me read your computer really quick.
I'll help you out though.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
He came from McVay.
All right, so
He's from that school.
But he's still not McVay. It's like Kirby Smart going up against
McVay has
against Saban.
McVay.
Yes, it's the same thing.
No, it's not
Yes.
the same thing because Saban's won national championships. McVay has not won anything. So I don't care what you say. You ain't won nothing to tell me that you're better. You need to bring. Show me that you got a ring, and then I'll say you're better.
He's 36. He is 36. What's the average? Go ahead and look that up on your little laptop. What's the average age of a Super Bowl winning coach? Look that up. It is not 36, I guarantee you.
And he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but look at his record. He has won. He knows how to win.
He knows how to win. He's a prodigy.
He hasn't won one. You can't tell me he knows how to win if he hasn't won. I don't respect that.
How many
That
players?
don't mean nothing to me.
He hasn't won one game.
You have not won a Super Bowl.
How many coaches have never gotten to a Super Bowl and they've been coaching for 30 years in the NFL?
A lot.
He's been there twice at 36.
I feel like this table's gotten us so much far apart that you wanted to come at me.
I'm enjoying this.
But Zach Taylor was also the quarterbacks coach for the Rams team when they went to the Super Bowl that year. So he was on staff. He was on staff.
And he lost 2.
So they're both 0-1. They're both 0-1.
First Super Bowl tie.
They're both 0-1. I really don't think coaching makes a difference in this Super Bowl because none of them have won.
It does make a difference, but okay.
I like new hot takes.
You don't have to win to make a difference.
What's really grinding my
gears
is the fact that she was been all Cincy up until today.
I want Joe Burrow to win, but I'm saying that with all the pressure that the Rams have, if the Rams fold a little bit,
the pressure is on the Rams. They have to win. If they lose, they wasted so much money.
You know when you bet and you lose on the last part of the parlay? I think that's what this is for Solo.
But wait,
he parlayed this all the way through the
playoffs. If we go back to episode 3,
Solo has not bet on anything going Super Bowl until after this podcast.
Can we go back to episode 3 or 4? Because I'm pretty sure I called the Rams to win the Super Bowl in week 3 or 4.
Did you?
Yes.
But they haven't won yet.
So
let's talk next week when they lose.
Okay. I'm happy either way.
Never won.
I'm happy either way.
All right, so we have thrown a lot of info at you. We're going to break from the Super Bowl for a half moment, but while we're breaking, we put 2 buckets up front. One says Bengals, one says Rams. There are scrap pieces of paper and a pen somewhere in the general area.
Hi.
If you're listening and you'd like to win one of our 2 Murfreesboro Liverpool scarves or a $50 Party Fowl gift card, write down your final score and your name, or I won't know who it is. Put it in the bucket of the team you think is going to win. We will draw from each bucket, so someone from each bucket will win a scarf. We will then mix all of the paper together, and someone will win a $50 gift card from Party Fowl here in the borough. We will do that drawing at the end of the podcast. So now that you've heard all of us argue, go ahead and make your vote. And while you're voting, we will switch gears with a commercial about my friend, Richard Pearl. So I spoke with Richard earlier. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Richard Pearl with Keller Williams. First, I want to thank JD for this opportunity to be on his show. And for those that don't know JD, he is clearly smarter than me, but I am clearly a better poker player.
A lot of insult right
And
there.
Coach KJ said on one of the previous podcasts that I was the best ref. I am not the best volleyball ref, but I do have a good
I
time.
think you'll mention Solo.
I would like the opportunity to serve all you in your real estate needs, whether you are buying or selling, or if you want to start your investment portfolio, give me a call at 615-268-7996. If you mention JD or his show to me, I will donate $250 at closing to any of the nonprofits that they support. Thank you.
Can I mention your name anyway?
Yes, you can do it too. You can sponsor the show. Hell, it's fine. We could use that.
I could.
All right, so while we wait on Solo to return, let's get into
My jersey
the
back here.
Pro Football, not NFL Hall of Fame. Pro Football Hall of Fame. They had their selections this past weekend. I'm starting to getting old because I know all of these players now, and I don't like that. You had Tony Baselli finally make it. Leroy Butler. Yeah. Oh, you're happy about that one. Aren't you? Sam Mills was amazing. Seymour from the Pats. He was great. Bryant Young, Cliff Branch, Art McNally, and of course the cryingest coach of all time, Dick Vermeil, finally makes it into the playoff. So, any thoughts?
He's won a Super Bowl.
You know who hasn't? Neither of the two coaches today. Any thought? Have you ever interacted with any of these Hall of Famers or been associated with them?
I have not. I'll be very honest with you. I don't even know.
Oh my God!
80% of the people on this list right now.
Hey, I gotta give mad props to Sam Mills. All things Panthers. He's like the most legendary Panther of them all.
I'll put that one in there for you.
Thank you.
Was he on their little draft when they became official?
Yeah.
He was the first, second round. He was early on, didn't it? Wasn't he?
I think he was already in the league.
Is that before Jake Delhomme?
Yes, that was Kerry Collins years.
What's crazy is
he's a legend, man. Keep pounding. Thank you, Sam Mills. That's all I got.
Who retired to be eligible, and I couldn't think of nobody when I was looking up these stats yesterday. Like, it's crazy that there hasn't been a first-time eligible recipient. Hold on, we got a question in the audience. How Liverpool do today? We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry. Yeah. We know how they did. I can see you.
In the Peach Basket game, NBA, they had a trade. Big Ben Simmons goes from the 76ers to the Nets for James. I'm not going to pass the ball, Harden. 76ers give up Simmons, Curry, Drummond, and 2 first-rounders for Harden and Millsap.
The Nets won this trade all day.
That's
The Nets won this trade all day.
They forced it.
Well, they still won.
Was it contract-based? It is a brutal trade.
From what I've seen, it's a 2023 first-round pick and a 2027 first-round pick.
So they're good for next year and in the future.
Yeah, but
so I feel like you're doing so.
76ers gave up too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
I personally
That's
feel
a
like
lot
James
of
Harden
talent.
is a cancer. You've gone to 3 different teams in 3 years, and you keep saying
Two.
other things are the issues. I think at this point you're the
I
issue.
can argue with you though. Ben Simmons is a cancer too.
He is.
He left his boys on the court.
Yeah. So
He didn't wanna
honestly,
play.
so really, you're trading a cancer for a cancer, so they equal out. So the fact that the Nets also get Seth Curry and Andre Drummond and 2 first-round picks,
No.
They win.
I agree.
They're treating James Harden like he's LeBron James.
exactly.
I mean,
and he's not. He's not at all. So, okay, make that trade. If I'm the Nets, I'm like, cool.
No, the Nets won it. The Nets won it, but I don't think this wins them a championship.
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
I don't think Ben Simmons makes that much of a difference.
I think it makes them more consistent with this trade, but I don't think it puts them into the finals.
You don't think a change of scenery for Simmons may not help him?
Nah, Simmons is I'd say it, but I can't. But
Same.
Simmons,
I'm with you.
He ain't.
Nothing. No, nothing.
Nah, you soft, bro.
Yeah.
You Charmin.
Yeah.
Speaking of
You Charmin
soft,
toilet paper. You Charmin toilet paper. Bro.
speaking of soft, is Porzingis soft yet? I mean, this guy
Yes.
had so much potential.
Yes, he's soft.
But you know why it didn't work out in Dallas?
Why?
Because you got another European player that's way more dominant than you. Luka Doncic is better than Porzingis.
Yeah.
So that's not going to work on the same team.
It should work in theory.
Yeah.
It should.
Nothing,
So the fact that it
nothing
didn't-
works. Nothing works in theory, guys. Come on, now.
It
If it did, then the Panthers would have worked. You know what I mean? Like the Cam Newton thing would have worked in theory.
No, I disagree with
That's
that.
not going to work because it's one thing to be a big
This is
player in the
right. I
NBA,
just step out.
but
He's got a late drag. Let them just go.
to have to deal with another European player that's on your team that's better than you. Nah, ego.
I think it depends on the player. I think it depends
Porzingis
on the
was
player.
a bust in Dallas, in my opinion. Bust.
He definitely
Hey,
didn't do.
Do
what
we
he
agree? We
was
agree,
expected
didn't we?
to do.
Wow, that's a shocker.
Out of naivety, if that's even a word. What did the Wizards or what did the Mavericks get for Porzingis? Do we know?
Actually,
Spencer Dunwiddle.
Dunwiddle.
Yeah, he's a shooter. That's it.
I thought
That's
he
what
was
they need.
in
They
that
need somebody who
movie
can
with
space the floor.
Zapazine.
Dinwiddle, yeah.
They need somebody who can make shots.
But he's still not like a top tier type player. He's like a
Yeah,
second,
but
like
I think
second,
I
third.
think money wise, it makes sense because they're giving up. I think they paid Porzingis a lot of money.
But yeah, I'm sure they did.
You could have not have made a better segue. If you'd like to spend money, swing over to spreadthepositive.net.
Woo!
Pick up a nice hoodie like this one. If you love this show, support it by purchasing some clothing items.
Model,
These.
Hey, can you model for us?
Yeah.
You and Trent. Come on, let's see. Show us. Show us what y'all wearing.
No, you need the hoodie on for sure.
No.
Now, if you hate the show, if you purchase more items, he can afford better talent. Either way, it's a win-win for you. Swing over 90,000 plus downloads, spreadthepositive.net, and a big chunk of your money will go to local community outreach programs. Hashtag rep the spread. All right, let's get into a few more quick interests before we decide on our final picks. And I have a surprise for KJ and Solo.
Oh, Lord.
Because I wanted to have fun with this show and it was live. All right, let's do interests. What do you think, Trent?
So now it's time for interests.
So you mean this is going to be interesting?
Oh, I never said that.
Why do I have a feeling?
So hurtful. All right, let's get into the halftime show. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J., and Kendrick Lamar. Over under, how many times what do they call that? When you cuss and they stop the sound?
Censor.
Censor. Over under 1.5 censorships during the halftime show.
Over.
Over, yeah.
Are you looking forward to said halftime show?
I think it's going to be a good halftime.
I think Trent's looking forward to it more than anybody on this table, honestly.
Why? Why is Trent looking forward to it?
Snoop
I'm excited for it.
That'll be entertaining. There's some big names.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it'll
very
be a good
rarely do you
halftime.
ever get this many quality people together
At the same time.
for
Yeah.
an NFL like halftime show.
Yes.
So let's be fair. Every NFL halftime show, there's always something that really weird that happens.
Yeah, there'll be something really weird.
News. There's something that's going to happen, so it's exciting.
This will be the one where nothing happens because you expect it to be crazy.
Exactly. I officially felt old this week when one of my players was like, "Oh my God, the Super Bowl halftime, the people they're performing are like 60." I'm like, "They're not 60." I'm like, "I grew up on them. They're not 60." So, yeah, but they kind of, I mean, they're creeping.
Yeah, he's about my age.
I mean, they're creeping up there, but this was the first time I'm like, "Whoa!" Like, these are people I grew up with.
Okay.
All right, so the other interest of the week, in case you weren't aware, fellas, Valentine's Day is Monday. Oh my goodness. And there's a Super Bowl drinking game.
Just FYI.
Oh my Lord.
Every 2 minutes, you take a shot or something.
So if Chris Collinsworth,
What day is it today? What day is it today?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, so it's tomorrow.
Valentine's is
Valentine's
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Too late to go shopping at Jared. Shout out to Jared Eaton if you're listening. So
You can get a nice hoodie and spread the positive, though, if you want
If
for
you're-
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
this drinking game is fantastic. If Chris Collinsworth says, "Now here's a guy," you have to take a sip. I'll be hammered so early. If you skip down, let's see, announcers mention Matt Stafford's miserable time in Detroit. You have to take a sip. Hey, bartender, may I please have one bottle? Holy. Yeah, so there are drinking games. We'll pass this through on the JD Knows NIL socials so you can check it out. But most importantly, AEW Dynamite Wednesday night, baby, live at Municipal Auditorium.
For those of you who don't know, AEW's wrestling.
It is. It's the best wrestling on
It's
TV.
wrestling. It's wrestling.
This is what I'm more excited
In
about
case
than the
you
Super Bowl
didn't
and
know.
Valentine's combined. You have no clue.
So what's your plans for the Super Bowl? I mean, the wrestling.
Also, Drew and I, Diamond Drew Greer, we're going to head down to Nashville at about 5 o'clock. I'm going to work.
Oh, yeah, I got a date night.
Date all day. What are you talking about?
Hey, Drew, you got a date.
He already knows. So we're going to head down.
Drew's the
Is he over there? He's hiding in the back.
Drew.
So we're going to head down. We're talking about AEW Dynamite this Wednesday.
You got your outfit picked?
I have
You got your outfit picked?
I have my knockoff MJF Burberry scarf.
I heard JD was wearing a singlet.
I am. Thong. It's weird because one hangs out to the left.
Is this like it's not a pay-per-view, is it?
No, it's on live TV.
It's not a pay-per-view. It's not a pay-per-view. It's a date night. It's
Yep.
date night. Day night for JD and Drew.
You don't even have to steal this off a stream. You can watch it on TBS. Very funny. All right, so let's get into that. All right, so we're through with interest. And finally, let's wrap this mess up. Let's get into lines, if you don't mind, Trent. Let's talk about lines for the Super Bowl.
So now it's time for lines. What? I have no idea. I don't know what he means by that.
Let's do lines.
Sounds fun.
All right, so here we go. We're going to have a vote by round of applause after they're finished. KJ?
Yes.
Solo? Your whiteboards are right there. I want you to draw the helmet of your winning team.
I can't draw.
Well, you're about to find out.
I can't draw.
And the winning score. And while you're drawing, I want to hit up the professional awesome questions and predictions for the game.
Wait, we have markers?
While y'all are drawing, Austin, what would you say is the single biggest key to the Super Bowl today? What makes the difference in the game to you?
It's got to be the Cincinnati offense and LA defense, in my opinion. Seeing what Jamar Chase is going to be able to do with Jalen Ramsey is kind of the biggest thing. And then seeing how many times Joe Burrow actually ends up getting sacked by the LA defense.
Is there a number? Like, say, if he gets sacked 6 times, they lose, 5 times, they win type thing?
Well, he got sacked 9 times by the Titans and still won the game. So
That's true.
I hate to say a number, but I mean, I would say 7. If he's over 7, I would say that the Cincinnati's going to lose. If he gets sacked under 7, the Cincinnati has a chance of winning that game.
So earlier today, he brought up something. I meant to bring it back up. Technically, there is no home field advantage because it is the Super Bowl and it's pretty much all corporate tickets. Is there any advantage whatsoever to the Rams playing in LA, other than the fact it's their field, but all fields are the same size?
Very true. I would think that there is an advantage, even though a lot of it's corporate. When I say corporate, I mean I even think like the suites are going to be taken up, but the actual fans, you're going to get a lot of LA fans, in my opinion. I mean, I know some friends of mine that are going out to the game from here and from Georgia and from everywhere else. So like, there's going to be a mix of everything. But at the end of the day, being in your home stadium, being in the same stadium that you play in every single week is a difference. I mean, it does. I mean, when you walk out of the stadium, when you walk into the stadium, there's a different vibe. There's a different like adrenaline going through your body. I just feel like you can get prepared more. Even your locker room's the same, right? I remember when we played in Chicago when I was in the preseason with the Titans, and you get in there and the guest locker room, it had like 4 little plastic tubs for like ice baths and hot tubs. So that's what we're trying to use to like get warm, get ready, get your bodies ready, everything like that. Like when they're at home, like you know everything. Like you know my routine's gonna be I'm gonna go here I'm gonna stretch for 10 minutes, I'm gonna go to the hot tub for 10 minutes, I'm gonna go to the cold tub for 10 minutes, I'm gonna get taped, I'm gonna get back, put my pads on, I'm gonna go back out, get a little warmed up, do some jogging, and then I'm gonna come back in, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. I'm gonna go back on the field for my actual warm up with the team. Like you can strategically plan yourself to prep yourself for that game. I think it makes a huge difference.
So the length of halftime and the commercial breaks, that type of thing, does that make an impact on the players themselves? Because there is a much longer extended halftime. There is longer breaks than you're accustomed to. Does that, as far as hot or cold or that type of thing?
I would say in general, no. I could say if it were me playing in this game right now, that would have a little bit of an effect because I'm always the type of person, like I need to continuously be doing things to stay warm. And like if I'm going to have a 20-minute break at halftime, that's going to have a little bit of an effect. But in general, I would say, most players are kind of expecting that, prepared for that. And at the end of the day, it's going to all be about the same.
All right, sounds good. All right, let's get into our picks. We'll start with the producer without the microphone. Hot take, Trent. Who wins the spread -4 to the Rams, 48.5 over under? Trent, who you got? Who covers? What's the final? 30 what? 34-31 Cincy.
Who dare?
From Hot Take Trent. All right, let's go KJ right next to him. Show it. 28. How do you like that helmet?
Yeah. I like it. Yes.
Let Let's see how
Is
much.
that 28? 28, 25?
Solo, what you got?
All right, I just want to warn everybody, I am not artistic.
Well, that looks like something else. What's the final? 31-27. All right, I'll go next. I am actually going to go 27-25 LA with McPherson missing the winning field goal. That's on his first miss.
You know what's
minus one match.
Just because you said that, he's gonna make it.
I don't care.
Yeah, he's gonna make
And
it.
finally, first and foremost, give it up for the professional who showed up today.
Thank you, Austin.
Thanks, JD.
The one actual person who knows anything about football.
Yeah, actually about football.
Who wins? What's the final?
I'm going to have to go 31-24 to the Rams.
Ah, we agreed. Twins. I forgot real quick. Hot take. MVP. Joe. All right, who you got, KJ?
Joey B.
Solo.
Joe Shiesty.
Austin.
The MVP, Cooper Kupp.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. That's
I'm
probably.
going Matt Stafford. We are out of here. We love you. Thank you for hosting us. You'll never walk alone.
Thank y'all.
Let's go. Hey, go to Party Fowl.
We're not done yet. Who's winning over there? Who's good?
Let him go.
Come on, Susan.
Cameras on this side. Cameras on this. Susan, cameras on this side.
Come on down.
Oh, it's us. Look at that whole team right there.
Autographs and pictures will be taken in the corner if you're interested.
Hey,
Autographs and
put
pictures.
your pick in the bucket. You're going to win a $50 gift card. Thank you. Good night.